Welcome to It's Happening. My name is Jared. Happy Sunday, everyone. I hope everyone is having an amazing day today. Thank you for being here with me as I go through some clips and play them and just react to them and talk with you guys. I do have the live chat up. Oh, sorry about that. Let me move the mic a little bit. I do have the live chat up if you want to talk with me, comment, question, make some statements. Maybe you see something that I don't see, or you perceive it in a different way, and you can help me understand from your point of view. If so, throw it up in the live chat. Maybe you just want to tell me what state you're watching from. That works as well. Um, Today I'm going to go over to X. I may pull up some TikTok, but I've got a few clips I want to kind of go over and just talk about because we are allowing this trans issue to go way, way, way too far, guys. This is we are celebrating mental illness in such a fashion. We are elevating people with delusions, flat out delusions. I mean, the first thing that lets me know you have a delusion is when you tell me that you're a man in a woman's body or you're a woman in a man's body. That is not. This episode is not to be bigoted, racist, whatever you want to try and make me out to be. It's the truth. I'm going to speak my opinion on a topic and what's going on and the way that I see it to be. I know that I'm live on YouTube, so I'm sure they're going to take me down for talking about it. And I'm sure all the social media will as well. But why is it that only one side of this country seems to be allowed to openly speak how they feel, to openly throw in our faces how they feel? Not only put it in our faces, but demand we use some imaginary pronoun to talk to these people. Demand that we change our whole lifestyle to fit their delusion, not their reality, not what's actually happening. We're playing a game of fantasy with people. We're lying to children. We're manipulating generations of American citizens based on lies. So yes, it's aggravating. It truly is. This is crazy. Here, let me just go ahead and pull up the video for you guys and let's get into it. It's a few minutes long. If you haven't watched my videos before or come on here and talk with me, I basically just react to stuff, guys. I'll pull up the videos and I'll let it play and I'll pause it and talk back and forth with you guys. I don't claim to be right all the time. I know I can be wrong, and I have no issues with coming on here and letting you guys know when I'm wrong or coming back on here and telling you guys I got something wrong. This is me coming on here isn't about me being right. It's about me trying to learn as well. It's about me trying to hopefully reach the person out there that is tired of all the propaganda, and that's really it, guys. All right, let's see here. Oh, we got something new over here. Oh, it looks like y'all can message me now while I'm live on YouTube and Rumble. That's cool. It looks like you can donate too as well. If you do enjoy what we're doing here, you can buy our tumblers. My wife does handmade tumblers. We personalize them for you. We create some images, well, all of them we create. And she does them handmade. She is the artist. She is very talented. I'm just somebody who comes and complains on the internet. All right, guys, let's get into it. I hope you guys are having an amazing day today. All right. This is on Ben Shapiro. Well, it's on X. Let me see who this is. And this first clip I want to play. This, I guess it's a podcast or a show. I'm not sure. I've never really watched it. I've only seen clips from time to time. Something called Jubilee. And this place, what they do is it looks like they have a bunch of young college kids who circle around a conservative or someone, a Republican or somebody who they disagree with. And they do what they do. But y'all got to watch this because it's very telling. And it's very, very important that you watch these people and see exactly what it is. See this delusion and how strong it is. And I'll get into it and then we'll talk about it. Sorry, I will ramble, guys. If I'm rambling, just throw in the live chat and I'll move on because I am guilty of doing that. Here, let's make this a little bit bigger because this is a interesting video to say the least.
Kamala Harris's extreme pro-abortion stance is morally indefensible. Wow, okay, we're going to take this chair. Look at that.
Hey, Ben.
Like a bro, my friend. All right.
So you see that from the start? From the start, what do you see? It's a character. It's not anything serious. How can I take you serious? You think that that's what men do? Is that what you think? You think that men see a chair and can't handle themselves and they have to pick it up and turn it around and show you how manly they are? See, your thought of what men and women are highly skewed. And you're wrong. But let's continue.
All right.
I'm a transgender man.
Okay.
I've experienced SA.
Okay.
And abortion rights affect me directly. So if we're talking about the American dream that you live, why don't I have access to that? Because there's no legislation, in the history of America, that legislates a man's body. So why does mine have?
All right, let's stop right there. If you've been watching my show before, you know exactly what I'm fixing to say here. But let's dig into this even deeper. I want you to think about what this person just told you. This person just told you that they are a trans man and abortion rights affect their body, and then turned around and said that there are no laws written against men's bodies. You can't have it both ways. You're either a female who's turned male, who's now crying about laws being written against women's bodies, but not against men's bodies. Which is it? Are you a man or are you not? Because if you're a man, then you're absolutely crying about laws that are affecting your body. And let's just take a step back from that for a minute and really think this through. Because I'm sick and tired of the left's argument in this country about how there are no laws that affect men's bodies. I can go to the obvious one. What is that, guys? Can you put in the live chat? Name one law that affects a man's body. Can you do it? I can do it. What do you think I'm going to say? The draft. That's right, guys. And that affects men's bodies in a much bigger way than your imaginary delusion that you've got going on inside your brain. And again, this person wants you to believe that they are a man, but no laws affect their body. But this person is so angry about these laws that they've come up to not debate Ben Shapiro, but to try and get him in a gotcha moment, to try and get in his face. And what do they call them? Clip bait, something like that. Prop clip, I think it's called prop clip, where these people, they don't really want to ask you a question. They want to corner you into a spot, and so their friends can clap in the background like a bunch of freaking dumb seals for the dumbest person in the room. Oh, I'm sorry. The smartest, dumbest person in the room, the king of the idiots in the room. He's so proud of himself. She's so proud of herself. This person is so proud of themselves for how ignorant and stupid they really are, and they're about to put it on full display for you.
Have to be legislated. I've got a vagina.
I'm not interested in what your genitalia are.
Clearly you are. I mean, it's all over everything you make, buddy. I'm sorry. I hate to say it to you, but
I think
you see what I mean? They've got a room full of people who think the same. They've got a room full of sheep who all think the same, who base everything they do in life off their emotions, off of this DEI racist nonsense that they push, that they promote onto us while calling us the bigots. And they're just a sounding board for each other. They're not like you and I. They don't want to come on here and seek truth. They don't want to come on here and go, you know what, guys? I have my opinions, but I'll set those aside for a minute and try and actually learn from you and try and understand why you think the way you think. Why do they, not I, I'm trying to put it into a first person perspective without trying to, you know what I mean? I'm trying to put myself in their shoes and really think about this. I mean, let's go a little more. Sorry, guys. All right. Let's do this.
you can read on my face that I radically am not. I think you can read on my face that I radically am not. When we're talking about
No,
abortion,
I don't. I mean, you can present it here, but in most of the content that you have, you attack my community constantly. And you don't even realize guys like me exist who actually share a lot of similarities.
Oh, let's stop it there for a minute. How can we not realize this person exists? He's sitting directly in front of Ben Shapiro. Ben is showing him nothing but respect. He has been tried to answer the question twice now and been cut off from the person. And I'm sorry, we recognize that you exist. We don't recognize your delusion. That's the difference here.
To you and everything, because I'm a married man of 20 years.
I
got a
recognize
wife.
that you exist. I disagree with your
Right.
claim
So
that you
if
are
I
a male.
was sexually assaulted, right, and I didn't have access to that abortion care, do you believe that I should have carried that child to term because
What does
I
this
was
have to-
sexually assaulted?
I mean,
No, I just want to make sure that that's what you believe. Because as a transgender man, I have seen your side of the entire political debate, never ever having the conversation of what an American freedom is. Because why am I not allowed to live my American freedom as
Who's stopping you? Who is stopping you? I am so sick and tired of hearing this. Hey, Sharon, thank you for commenting, guys. Let me know what state you're watching from in the live chat. Who's stopping you from living your American dream? Here, I'm going to make myself big for just a second. Who is stopping you? Can anyone out there name one right that I have as a white male in America that you don't have? Name one, please. I'm sick of playing these games with y'all. What is one right that you guys are, that I am actively have that you don't? Oh, wait, please let me know. I'm interested in learning from you guys. If you can pinpoint the rights that are actually not this imaginary delusion and you basing your emotions off of your feelings off of a topic, show me the rights that I have that you don't. And then I'll show you benefit after benefit after benefit after benefit after benefit that women, blacks, Hispanics, illegal aliens all get that I won't get because I'm a white man in this country. So I'm tired of hearing it from you. It's nonsense. If you're not living the American dream, go look in the mirror and find out why. Because there's not anybody in the government taking your rights away. Nobody's taking your rights away. You have so many rights in this country, you're taking advantage of them right now. Could you imagine this person claims that they want to they hate America and the capitalist system and all of those things, but they sure love taking advantage of it though, don't they? Because I promise you, this person would not be doing this in another country. This is one of the only countries in the world where a transgender person can even do these things, right? But yeah, we're taking your rights away. What we need to do is help you get actual help and stop promoting your delusion. That's what we need to do. All right, let's go back to it.
man? I mean, you get your choice as a man
you're
to live and free and all that.
You're really moving around terminology very wildly here,
And so are you, because that's the tactics you play in your game.
I mean,
You've done it the entire time.
Gotcha.
You jump from one
We
subject to
gotcha.
the next. You speak so fast, and I know how you work. So how does it feel to have it in your face?
Oh, well, I mean,
Because I'm sick and
To have what in his face? Does this and am I crazy here? Are y'all on the side of the person who is trying to belittle Ben Shapiro? Is that because I might be wrong? Am I wrong here? Is this person not just acting like an idiot and claiming that we should affirm his idiocy, her idiocy, whatever they want to call themselves at the moment? And why is it that it needs to be forced onto us?
tired of the shit that you have put against my community, especially black trans women. because you constantly disregard all of our needs and then use us politically as a pawn when we're 1% of the population. Why not focus on the economy itself? All of us are struggling, and you.
Now, I don't know about y'all, but I have been listening to Ben Shapiro for quite some time now. And what I can tell you as someone, I don't agree with him on everything, but not even close. Me and this gentleman would disagree on plenty, but me and Ben could find ways to compromise and come together. We can talk like normal human beings. And I can tell you this, that Ben Shapiro talks an awful lot about the economy. He talks a lot about Israel. Has he talked about transgender issues and topics? Absolutely. And we should be able to talk about them because they are forcing us to have to. They are forcing their way into society, into our lives, demanding we affirm their everlasting belief or else. And then when we do talk about it, we're told we're not supposed to talk about it, or we're transphobic, phobophobics. It's ridiculous. It's insanity. And let's not forget that the Bible told us exactly how many genders there are, that God made man and woman in his image. I've yet to find anything about transhumanism, transgenderism, anything in the good book about that. Well, I bet we could find some about it. I bet it's there. I challenge you, if you read the Bible like me and you like digging into it and trying to
want to focus on trans people. You want to focus on a black woman when this is clearly a glass cliff situation. America's falling apart, and let's give it a woman right when it's all falling apart. When we'd had, what, 50 men run it and it looks like shit? Look at where we're at. Surely,
So-
where do you think that we're heading? I
So-
mean, it's so funny to watch
You've
like
been going
white
for-
supremacy just fall apart the way that it is, and you ride so hard because guess what? In other countries around the world, women are not having children. And why is it? Because of the patriarchy and all the violence that men perpetuate and all of this idea. That abortion is somehow going to solve it all by forcing women to have abortion instead of focusing on the real problems that we're facing in our society. We're just going to completely ignore that. And we're just going to go, you know what? The line item is, let's make women have babies so that we can continue this capitalistic society that we have. Why are we doing that? What? I mean, why? Because you want to push white supremacy and because you want to make your check? It does great for you. Meanwhile, people like me have to live with the consequences of all of your rhetoric that you put on a daily basis, and including my entire community and the intersectionalities of Black women, men that experience SA, trans people, everyone that comes in. And I'm so sick of the idea that you can come in with this bravado, that you're this big guy that knows things because you can talk fast, you have statistics. But really, what does it really matter at the end of the day if you are harming the entire American? This guy's been accused of rape. Trump, in like court documents, and you're backing
Hello? Hello?
The guy. Like, you have children. How could you do that to your own? Don't you have a daughter? Like, what is wrong with you, dude? I've never seen such a party just completely just like the American idea, what we believe in as a country is not what you're perpetuating. It's diversity. It's giving you tired, hungry, and poor. The
Okay,
Google phone
pause.
you have in your pocket
Pause.
is because of all of
Pause.
the diversity we've had.
Pause.
All right, so that was a 3-minute rant where these are supposed to be debates back and forth. The person didn't let Ben respond at all. What is it called again? Prop clips, clip props, something like that. This is when the left, when they don't have any ideas or they can't articulate their ideas, where they can't actually let you respond because you might say something that makes sense. You know what I mean? They can't do it. So they've got to try and get you in a gotcha moment where they can clip it, post it all over their TikToks where their little friends will affirm their beliefs and share it over and over. So they end up in the sounding board where they all sound just alike. And if you dare question that outside of it, you shatter their whole world. You shatter everything because they might have to finally look at themselves and realize that they themselves are part of the problem as well. And that if we would stop attacking each other and find ways to come together and actually talk to one another. Not this, I'm going to sit you down, get in your face and look tough stuff. I'm going to tell you what it's like, and that's it. These are supposed to be debates. They invite a conservative on to try and make them look stupid or make them look silly. They don't want you to actually talk to them. They don't want to hear facts. They don't want to hear information. They don't want to learn history. They want to change history. They want to change the meaning of words. They want to change terminology to fit their delusions. So when they're talking about it, it's in a whole separate reality from what it actually means. That's why he's constantly bringing up white supremacy. Guys, I went to prison for 4 years. I know what true white supremacy is. I lived with them. You clowns don't have a clue what you're talking about when it comes to white supremacy. You accusing everybody on the right of being a white supremacist is, well, it's entertaining. And it's gotten extremely old because all it does is show your ignorance. It shows that you don't have an actual stance, that all you do is read a headline, your emotions get bottled up and you burst. That's all you're proving. You didn't win a debate. You made yourself look like a clown. Sharon says, is that not true? Is it not true that right is right? And if we don't speak up for right, then we have automatically lost. Amen. That's true. And I used to be just like most of the normal people out there, guys. I hated talking about politics. I hated it because it was always an argument. And then I learned that that's exactly where they wanted me to be. They wanted me to not talk. They don't want me to ask questions. They don't want you to ask questions unless you're staying in line with what they want you to think. And again, this person at the very beginning, when they try to say, oh, there's no laws against a man's body, well, you are sitting here claiming that you're a female who is actually a male and that the law is affecting your body. So which is it? Are there no laws against man's bodies? Are you a man? I mean, what is it? And again, almost every law we make affects my body, affects your body, and that's just the way it is. There's laws against doing drugs, guys. Guess what? That affects my body. There's laws against wearing a seatbelt. There is the draft. That's number one against man's bodies. Y'all don't have a problem with voting for them warmongers and them drafting men to war, do you? Why, you cry about my body, my choice. You don't actually want choices. You want communism. You want to tell us what to do. You want to be our rulers. You don't want equality. You want us to be your slaves. That's what you want. And you're so emotional about it. This is what happens. All right, let's go to another one because there's a few of these clips, guys. And I do have the live chat up, guys. I encourage you to talk back and forth with me. It sounds like I'm losing my voice again. I don't know why I keep losing my voice. So I apologize if I'm sounding off. If you're ever interested in coming on here and talking with me, guys, I encourage you to do that as well. Reach out to me. All right, let's go over to the next clip. You know what? Let's finish this all the way out.
Pleasure to meet you.
Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Apologize for that. All right, let's watch this one. Oh, no, that's not it. Same one. Same one. There was another one I wanted to show you guys. Here we go.
I'll wrap it in. It's conceptual. Do you think that Trump should have won 2016? I'll wrap it in. It's conceptually relevant. I'll demonstrate the relevance.
Okay, sounds good. By what measure? Do I think he did win or do I think he should have won?
Do you think he should have won?
I mean, yes, I'm happy that he won. If the question is, am I happy that he won? I'm happy that he won.
Okay. Well, I'd say that Trump won 2016 because...
By the way, I did not vote for either candidate in 2016. That's a decision made in retrospect.
Awesome. So I think that Trump won 2016 because of a modality of DEI.
Modality of DEI. I'll give them this. They're educated. I'll give them that. They're probably smarter than me. It doesn't mean I base my life beliefs off of what these kids are saying. A modality of DEI. Modality is what? The way the parts move of a system, right? Is that something like that? Do you think that it was necessary to use that word, modality? I don't think so. I think they try to make themselves look and sound smarter than they are. But let's not forget, DEI, guys, all DEI is affirmative action repackaged and sold to the American people. That's all it is. It's racism. It's sexism, all bottled up and gives them the right to be racist. It gives them the right to be sexist. It gives them the right to demand everything from you. It gives them the right to belittle white people. It gives them the right to ignore white people. It gives them the right to benefit kids in college, all based off of skin color. How do y'all not see that as a problem? How do y'all think that that is the solution to the problem we fixed back then? And the Democrats want to point out that the Republicans go backwards. The Republicans go backwards. Look at what they're doing. They're actively segregating again. And you have the nerve to call me a racist?
Essentially, what I'd say is the Electoral College, right, strives for inclusion of smaller states with lower populations by overrepresenting them in the overall vote.
Just
You could correct me if I'm wrong, or the SAN fact checkers can. I'm pretty sure that over the last 25 to 30 years, Republicans have won the presidency given the Electoral College, not given the overall popular vote. So if you're against DEI, if you don't want inclusion on the basis of race, inclusion on the basis of gender, or even what you're saying earlier, we could even say inclusion on the basis of class. Why do you want inclusion on the basis of population, rural areas, states,
We should actually use a better
in the
example. Why don't you just ask if I
Electoral
believe in the U.S. Senate?
College?
Right,
The
Senate
U.S.
is a better
Senate, this would
example.
also apply to the U.S. Senate.
Right. Okay. So let's
I
use the U.S.
hope
Senate
so.
because the U.S. Senate is actually even more unrepresentative of the general population than the Electoral College, which is at least a rough approximation.
It'd just be funnier to hear you say that you shouldn't have voted for Trump in 2016.
There it
But
is.
we could
You see that? He doesn't actually want to hear what Ben has to say. He doesn't. He doesn't want to hear anything that might be different than what his pretty little brain thinks already. He wants to trap you. He wants to get you in a spot where you might accidentally make yourself look bad. You can't debate these clowns because they're not there to debate you. They're there to attack you. They're there to force you to accidentally say something that might make you look bad. That they can then make a TikTok that'll make them famous and rich off of. That's their goal. It is not the betterment or the well-being of me and you. It is not about protecting their rights. It is not about actually learning and compromising. He didn't sit down and go, you know what? I'm going to try and figure out why are me and Ben Shapiro so far apart? Why does Ben Shapiro, who is Jewish, who is a very educated Jewish person, an American citizen, think so differently than this young gentleman who's a highly educated person? He didn't want that. That's how you and me think. I guess that's the old way of thinking, right? Where we actually sit down to talk to one another like normal people, where I hear you out. And even if I don't agree with you, that we can still talk. And that, hey, you might learn something about me and not just about me, but why I believe what I believe. No, it's not about that. They just want to trick you.
talk about.
I mean, that's a different subject, but
Yeah.
I'm very happy that he won, even though I didn't vote for him. I mean, we can talk about Trump later.
Yeah.
We've already done a bit. I'm sure we'll do more. As far as the idea that every elected body has to be elected based on population as opposed to based on the area of geographic distribution or the states that actually pre-existed the federal government. Okay, the way that the Constitution of the United States was created was as a contract between sovereign states, which is one of the reasons why, for example, you have a United States Senate as opposed to just a House of Representatives. So is that a form of DEI? That seems like a stretch to me.
What?
The kind of DEI that I'm talking about specifically would be separating human beings based on inherent characteristics, like, for example, race, as opposed to suggesting that the United States Senate, which is obviously unrepresentative of the general population, in many
seemingly
ways,
my point is
somehow
this
bad.
is
That's
just
a
a
check and balance, right?
Well, seemingly my point is
my point is, seemingly,
is another modality of DEI. I've no
There's that
problem
word
with you
again.
explaining to me, right, why the Senate or the Electoral College would be given the U.S. Constitution and some contractual agreement that they had between the sovereign states. That's fine. But what I'd say is that your claim here would just imply that the Constitution upholds DEI within our electoral processes.
If your claim is
so,
that
do you think that the Constitution upholds DEI in the sense of including
it's
smaller states with less representative populations?
That is a true stretch of the meaning of DEI.
Amen.
But
I'm starting to understand why the founding fathers created the voting system the way they did, and the whole system the way they did. Why it wasn't just, oh, you're an American, you get to vote. I get it now. I understand. I'm starting to really awaken to the fact of why voting shouldn't just be an automatic right. It should be an earned privilege of some sort, somehow. I mean, we've got a lot of smart, stupid people out there manipulating and lying, propaganda, twisting, and just getting you in a gotcha moment, not actually wanting to talk with you, not wanting to understand, man, why do they think the way they think? Because I do. I would love it if a Democrat would come sit down with me on this show and talk to me. Not argue with me, talk to me. Get to know me a little bit before you call me a bigot. Get to know me a little bit before you use my skin color against me. How about that? That's what you're demanding of us, isn't it? Why do you get to demand everything as the Democrats in this country, and then those of us who are on the outside of the elite party, well, free speech doesn't matter to us. As a matter of fact, y'all want to shut that down as fast as possible when it comes to us and our free speech. Which is strange because I remember a Democrat Party where the Democrats cared about free speech. I remember that. I am old enough to remember that. Sadly, these younger generations, they're not going to remember that. They're going to remember the Democrats as the tyrants who tried to take it away. They're going to remember the Democrats as the Communist Party who tried to overthrow America. That's what they're going to remember. And I truly do pray that we come to a point in this country where you and I, whether we agree on everything or not, can sit down and talk to one another. I don't know why I keep losing my voice. Is that happening to anybody else out there? Man, for the past week, every time I get on here and talk, my voice just starts going away. Maybe that's a sign. All right, that's I want to pull up another video, see if I can find it. There's a clip showing, you know how the Democrats are going. Right now, the Democrats keep going around talking about how Trump's going to weaponize the government. Trump's going to do this. Trump's going to do that. While they're actively locking up people in Trump's cabinet. Steve Bannon, what was the journalist in Florida? They've locked up quite a few of Trump's cabinet. They have gone after Trump left and right. I mean, he's been investigated more than probably anybody in the world besides Jesus Christ. And yeah, he's going to be the one to weaponize the government, though, right? Well, Biden just signed a document allowing the federal government to use deadly force against American citizens. That's right. The Biden administration signed that into law, not Trump. Harris and Biden did that. And I want to find it for you. RFK talks about it. And every time I find it, they take it down. That's not surprising either. So let me try one more time because I really want to show that video to you guys. Let me see. Let me see if I can Google it. I know Google doesn't like that. RFK talking about Biden new law allowing deadly force. I hope y'all are all having a blessed day, guys. Let me know what state you're watching from. We are from the state of Texas, as you can't tell by my wonderful accent. Here we go. Here we go. I don't have the RFK video, guys, but I do have an article, and that'll work just as good. If one of you guys can find the RFK video and want or shoot it to me, do it real quick, and I'll play it because it's very interesting. And we all should be paying attention to this. Here, let's do this. Let's go check it out. Man, my voice keeps going away. It's crazy. Biden admin approves military use of lethal force against American citizens. How about that? I thought Trump was going to do that. I thought the mean old dictator was going to do that. I thought the mean old MAGAs were going to go after everyone. And you know what? I'm sorry. If you're out there and you're corrupt and you're in this government, we should investigate you, no matter what side you're on. This isn't about sides. Corruption needs to be rooted out of that government on both sides because both of them are corrupt. Republicans and Democrats are both using their power to manipulate this country and do what they want, not for the betterment of the American people. Man, my voice. Sorry, guys. I really wish I could find a video because I'm not going to have a good time reading. The DOD is facing significant backlash after releasing a DOD directive 5240.01, which took effect on September 27th of this year. That wasn't that long ago now, was it? The Biden-Harris administration latest DOD directive has been accused of authorizing the United States military to use lethal force against American citizens. Well, how about that? Does that wake you up yet? Wow. It's truly remarkable, isn't it? These people accuse us of every single thing that they are doing. It's almost like watching a weird movie in reality, isn't it? It's strange. I've sat down and talked with someone, and it's like, I don't know how they grew up in America. Their, their perspective on what's going on, their views on everything was so far. I mean, this was just not opinions. These were things that they thought were facts. And it's remarkable because it's coming from the most educated people in our country, supposedly, right? Wow. It is truly remarkable. Tell you what, let's hop over to TikTok, see what we can find. Just mess around. I've hit on all the stuff I wanted to hit on, guys. So if you want to hang out with me for a little while, stay. And I'm gonna stay on for a little bit and just kind of chat. Jump over to TikTok, look at some videos. I may do an Unseen Realm episode here in a little bit. So look down in the description, and you can find my other Rumble channel. That's for Bible spreading God's word. I want to bring people on to give their testimony, talk Bible topics, Bible history, the supernatural aspects of the Bible. And again, oh yeah, update. Today is what? 7 weeks. 7 weeks. Praise God. Since God healed my back. I know, crazy, right? I've been saying my L1, 2, 3, and 4 on my lower back. I was dealing with brutal pain in my back and my leg, burning that was keeping me up. I wasn't able to sleep well at night. For 2 years straight, I got up every night. I was up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down from constant pain. There were moments where I would literally come out of the bed because the pain was so bad from a dead sleep. And 7 weeks today, no pain. Praise God. Unreal, isn't it? It's truly remarkable. God is so much more real than you know. It's not just some fairy tale. It's not some dad in the sky. It's not just a good way to live. I have no pain, guys. None. I've been outside working, doing labor work. I haven't been able to do that in almost 3 years. I had to pay someone to mow my yard because I couldn't mow my yard. And I went out last week and did a full week of construction with a buddy of mine. I've been working on my other job. I've been sleeping every night. So, hey, praise God. It's amazing, isn't it? Anyways, the Unseen Realm is for those topics. I even talk about the supernatural, the UFOs, the aliens, because that's all part of it. Whether we want to admit that or not, I think it is. So if you're interested in stuff like that, go follow my Unseen Realm. And again, I'd love to have some people want to talk with me. All right, let's hop over to TikTok and see what we can find. I may have to get off. My voice is going away, and I want to be able to come on tomorrow. Hold on.
This clip right here should end Kamala Harris's career immediately. Immediately. Check this clip out real quick.
Was democracy best served by President Biden stepping down and basically handing you a nomination? You didn't have to go through a primary process. You didn't have to fight off other contenders. That's not really the way our system was intended to work.
President Biden made a decision that I think history is going to show is rare among leaders, which was to put country before self.
Do you believe that? Sharon, do you believe that? Joe Biden was thinking about you. Oh, they want to rewrite history so bad. They want Joe Biden to be George Washington. They've even said as much. How much do you have to lie to yourself to be a Democrat today? How much do you have to ignore reality and what's going on around you to stay voting for these people? To say, hey, yeah, those people really care about me. They're sending all your money to Ukraine, fight that war over there, laundering it back to their crackhead kids. They're sending money to Israel to keep killing people over there. We're sending money to the Taliban. We're sending money to everybody else. Wide open borders. It's insanity. It truly is. It's insanity.
If your TikTok video.
Ooh, he gets to choose.
All right. Who really wants to go? I don't want to pick on. I don't want to pick on somebody who doesn't want to get picked on. Okay. You want to debate?
Wait, what is the topic?
Whatever you want. So you're the affirmative on the negative.
Well, it's actually very that she gets to pick whatever topic she wants. That's crazy. You know how many things you would have to be ready for if you're Charlie? If one person can just pick whatever they want, that's
You're
crazy.
good with 10 minutes. I don't want to put you in a spot you don't want to be in. You sure? Okay.
There it is.
Okay, I guess the claim I'm making is that affirmative action is constitutional.
Why do I feel like somebody gave her that claim? I feel like they gave her a list and she got to pick the
The Supreme Court just turned over affirmative action. Why do you think we're dealing with DEI now? Where do you think DEI came from? It was the Supreme Court overturned it because you should not judge anyone, make a choice for any reason based solely off someone's identity, skin color, and all that nonsense. You should not. Back then, it was just skin color, right? That's how it's transformed into DEI now. I mean, it is affirmative action repackaged and sold to you. And we've already been told by the Supreme Court this stuff is not legal. Stop doing it. But hey, they find another way to do it, though, don't they? Racists just want to be racist.
blame on that one. And actually the reason I feel that is because Jubilee asked us for like prompts of like, if I did this episode, what would I put? And I do believe that was one of the ones we wrote. So that'd be interesting if they leaned on that.
I wanted to talk about affirmative action because we haven't really gotten to it, and it's recently been revoked based on the new Supreme Court ruling. And I firmly believe that affirmative action is constitutional and is a right that certain American citizens deserve. And I just wanted to hear your thoughts on that.
Well, the 14th Amendment allows for equal protection regardless of race, and it's a colorblind amendment. The whole idea of affirmative action is to try to give people extra boost based on their skin color or their racial background, which by definition cuts underneath the idea of equal protection.
Okay. So do you know why the 14th Amendment was founded and the Equal Protection and Equal Rights Act?
Yeah,
No, I don't. Please explain to me like I'm
The
5.
Republicans
now
helped
explain
that.
to
It's
me
a
like
better-
I'm 3.
The 14th Amendment was a post-Civil
Are you
War
kidding?
amendment. 14,
Yes.
15, 16, 17 were all during Reconstruction.
So what was it in
But the
response to?
Democrats
Slavery.
fought against.
Oh, and who were slaves?
Well, that's an important point. So
All
do you
human
think
beings
affirmative
were
action
at
will
one
help
point.
heal the multi-generational problems of slavery?
I do. I really do.
Okay.
Because, so let's just talk about the history for a second. Slavery begins in the early 1800s.
No, it didn't. It did not.
No.
Wow. Unfreaking believable. Slavery began in the 1800s? And let me guess, it was only here in white America. Is this what college is teaching children? Wow, God forgive me. I'm trying not to cuss anymore. This is truly remarkable. It truly is. I'm being told that I can't think for myself, that I can't ask questions, that I can't dig a little bit deeper by these highly educated clowns who can't seem to think for themselves. I'm being called a racist by the bigots. Thank you guys so much for watching. It truly means the world to me. If you haven't yet, would you kindly smash that like button, share this on social media, help us get seen more. Go follow the Unseen Realm. It's down in the description. I will be on later playing an episode from Passion Church. If you are local to me and you want to go to church with me one day, let me know. Reach out to me. Our church is here. Anyways, you know where I'm at. If you're local, come to church, come check it out. God definitely sent me to this church, brought me to this church because I had spent the last 4 years, but really, let's just say 2 years, doing church at home. I was pushed away from churches. I was treated badly at some churches. And then I got in my head, and that stuff, it kept me away for a long time. So I understand. I get it. But I have found an amazing church home that God brought me to. And yeah, guys, come check it out with me. Wednesdays, we're gonna start doing there's gonna be dinners on Wednesday, and we're gonna like sit down at different tables and have like a small group meeting style thing and church together. It'll definitely be interesting. Sharon, that's the one you should come to me with. Wednesday evening. It'll be a little different than our Sunday. I'm sorry, guys. I got to go. I don't know why my voice keeps doing this. I'm going to rest a little while, and then I will be back on for the Unseen Realm. Again, thank you so much. If you want to support what we are doing, look down in the description. God bless. Y'all have an amazing day.